What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's time for a little break on through. And I'd like to thank Spectrum, Wi-Fi, and cable for dictating to me what time and what night my program comes on. They have left us here in our neighborhood without Wi-Fi last week for over 36 hours. This week for closing in on the same. Last night it was like 7 o'clock and we still didn't have it. And so I was just like, whenever I put up I don't know what time it was, I put up the message that there would be no break on through. But I think it came on around 7 something, and I was just like, man, I'm already too sleepy. But, man, what a great run we had this past week. And that's what the episode is going to be about tonight. I got some announcements, and first thing I would like to say is Sir Barry Hannibal, after the run, came home to some devastating news about a death in their family. And I'm not going to give too many details. You know, I don't know how much they want known or what, but just know that it was someone close and a young person. And so if you would send your thoughts and your prayers to the Hannibal family. Dang, I guess no one knows we're going to be here tonight. Let's see, what can I kill a little time with? How do you like my new tripod? I got it from the Zillas. The Clinton Zilla family gave me this in Youngstown, Ohio. Hey, there's Jim Earhart. You ain't been live with me in a while, Hoss. Brian Dunlap, Mark Deal, Andy Miller. The gang is all here. Thank you, Amy. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. The thing that debuted at this weekend's run of shows at the April 4th Eat the Turnbuckle Final Bloodbath Battle Royal in Hostel City, Philadelphia. Man, what a nut job farm that was. And I'm telling you, it was a damn good time. I got to see my old friend Sam McBride from Fang and got to watch them perform. We got to play to a Philadelphia crowd in a club proper, which was wonderful. Philadelphia has always been a great town for this rockin' teenage combo. Then we saw Ringworm. We got to hang out with those guys a little bit. Some of our buddies were there. They were in the Battle Royal. I'm talking about none other than Madman Pondo and Necro Butcher. Oh boy, there goes that Wi-Fi stuttering and freezing up. It's a great service we pay for. Thank you, Spectrum. You're such a great company. Mark, how'd your voice hold up? Man, I'm telling you, my voice was as strong on night 3 as it was on night 1. It was only a day later when I got home did I catch something. I think I got it from Little Coleman before I left. And the good Lord saw fit to not let it affect me till I got home. Let's just say G.G. Allen fans everywhere would be greatly amused. But, yeah, man, the place was sold out. And Eat the Turnbuckle came on, and of course it was a spectacle to behold. And I'm going to tell you guys a little inside information, okay? You're going to hear it here on Break On Through. You usually don't tell things like this. But out of respect for Eat the Turnbuckle, I was not going to do any juicing that night. I was like, wait, just wait. Wait till the end. And let, the 74 people on stage with them all bleed like stuck pigs. But my good pal Schlack from Eat the Turnbuckle, also a very well-known deathmatch wrestler in his own right. He walked up on the stage. Hold on a second, y'all. He walked up on the stage and placed a little instrument for bloodletting on one of our pieces of equipment and made sure I saw him. That was him saying, go right ahead. So I figured out, I spent the last 6 or 7 songs figuring out how I'd work it in, and I worked it in. But, oh man, there's little Coleman crying. But, after the show, Slack goes, hey man, I'm one of those guys that when I see ANTiSEEN, I want to see blood. I said, okay. But one thing that debuted, oh, I forgot to tell you, man, all the people we saw, man, I saw Eric Perfect. We saw Marcus, our super fan from Germany. He just showed up like he always does. Just showed up. Hey. Tons of people. It was a great time, and I'm honored to have been invited. I was even more happy to debut this brand new album on CD. ANTiSEEN Falls Count Anywhere, a collection of wrestling songs as performed by the Ultra Lineup. This is every wrestling song we've ever done, redone by the Ultra Lineup, and there are 2 on here that have never appeared on anything prior. One of those songs is called Thump, which is actually a Before I Hang song. It's a tribute to JYD. Now, Walt wrote that with us in mind anyway, and I think the first time he run it by me, I gave it the veto. But when I heard Before I Hang play it, I was like, damn, that song's really good. But the other brand new song, a song about our good friend,
Bootleg Preacher, the Ballad of George South. Man, y'all are going to flip when you hear it. George is actually on the track with us. Man, look at all this. Look at all you get for one low price. Man, get on there tonight. Order this thing, son.
I'm going to hold it there for a second
so y'all can see all the good shite.
Oh, yeah. It's in the big cartel store right now. The next night, Youngstown, Ohio, and a wonderful place called Westside Bowl. Again, another night, got to see
Lots of great people.
The Zillas were there live. Live and in person, Clinton and Val Zilla, right there in Youngstown, Ohio. Then I got to see Tom Dark, formerly of Knife Dance, formerly of
Stepsister,
formerly of, I don't know how many bands he's been in, a bunch.
But
Knife Dance was the one that I think he's most known for, or either that or The Dark.
Where you got his name, Tom Dark.
Man, it was a bowling alley. That's why it's called West
Side Bowl.
We're playing down here, and down here is like,
I don't know,
10 lanes of, full lanes of bowling. Club treated us real well. Probably some of the best on-stage live sound I've heard in 40 years. And this is from a guy who's half
deaf, probably over half deaf.
My name is Jeff, and I'm
deaf. And
man, it was incredible. So incredible that Barry Hannibal was not happy with the show, because he said he heard every single mistake we made. Yeah, Clinton says it.
He said he had a record store too. Malcolm came out of there a happy lad,
having just purchased an album by a group called Pigeon. Now, I'm pretty up on my obscure 70s hard rock groups, but I had never heard of Pigeon.
Nor had I ever seen that album. And
Malcolm was very excited about it, and which makes me excited
for him. I want to say, well, what else? Like, I don't have any stories of after show hijinks, drunkenness, and
debauchery. Man, we get done. We make sure
sure that the promoters know we play early. We get done before too late. And we're back at the hotel
going to bed. So, I know some of you might be going, damn, Clayton, you're ruining your rock and roll mystique. I don't give a shit about rock and roll mystique. I like telling it the way it is. I like the old, what you see is what you get thing. I don't care if people know. That whole, oh yeah, man, you gotta act like a rock and roller, blah, blah, blah. That's horse shit. And any groups that do it, just know your fans can see right through it. Unless you really are
one of those groups that
live that lifestyle. Well, more power to you. Amy Lynn says afternoon show. Well,
Amy, I don't know how far Raleigh is from y'all, but that show we're playing on May
11th it starts at 6:30. That's good for me. Sorry, y'all.
Clearing my throat, blowing my nose.
And I know y'all are saying, "Oh yeah, but at least she ain't yelling and all." Jeff Stano. That's what I got.
I got to tell y'all about Jeff Stano. He just popped up. Jeff Stano
Was coming from New Jersey to Philadelphia, bringing us a smorgasbord of great food. He's a chef at a restaurant.
He brought us chicken cacciatore,
Pasta salad, buffalo hummus, all kinds of stuff, man.
but he was
held up. He said, man, every bridge going from Jersey to Philly and the other way, Philadelphia to New Jersey, were blocked. Cops had them blocked off. They were shut down. Couldn't go through, neither direction. On one of them, they had a jumper. Guy was claiming he was going to jump. I don't know how that ended. We never got to hear. On another one, another bridge, they found a truck full of meth. And they were conducting the bust around that tunnel. I don't know what happened with the third one, but there was also an earthquake. I don't know, man. Exciting time in Philadelphia. Oh, and plus, a WrestleMania was there too.
But
so the next night was York, PA. At Skid Row Garage. And I'm gonna tell you guys what. I think I may
have found one of my new favorite digs. That club was great. It's the type.
It's the size of club that I love.
Not too big, not too small. Small enough to get real intimate
with the audience. And got to see a lot more great pals there. CJ Price. Dave Prino was there. The Wrath of Typhon brothers were there. It was a damn good time. Oh, Rick Knoll. Does that name mean anything to y'all? Rick Knoll used to run Bonafide Records.
They are the label that put out our first full-length LP, Honor Among Thieves.
Way back in the 80s. And Rick was there. And to be honest with you, man, I'm glad that I'm really glad to see him. I'm really glad
that we're both still here
and could see each other. Yeah, Walt just told Jeff, man, we were eating that buffalo
hummus a few days later now.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks for the end of that place. The main head the place came and said,
hey, anytime y'all want to come back, you're welcome back here, so I said to him, so maybe we come back next year then. And he said, yeah, great. So
we'll be back in York. I'd like to go on earlier, but we'll be back in York. Great show. Great time. Great run. We featured quite a few songs
from Great Disasters. all 3 nights.
Not as many on the first night.
We kept the first night
wrestling song heavy. And after playing it and seeing how it went over with the crowd, we decided that we were going to leave Babyface Killer in the set. Reese Singer says, y'all were a pleasure to work with.
Well, thank you, Reese.
Thank you. I'm not going to go too long tonight
because it's well, it started raining again. Now, who knows if Spectrum's going to be able to withstand such an onslaught?
Keep the Wi-Fi
going, because apparently they have. That's what's been
knocking them off last 2 weeks in a row. Rain. I love paying a lot of money for
a shitty service. I love it.
I wish they'd raise the price. Oh, wait, they
did already.
Oh, boy. Well, man, I just got to tell you.
When you get the
Ultra lineup together in a vehicle traveling all up and down the eastern seaboard, we come up with a lot of ideas. And I'm going to tell you, we came up with some doozies. And y'all are going to dig it. Jim, we got any of them shirts left to sell? Yes, sir. And as soon as I get those back from the Royal Guard over at Sir Barry Hannibal's Windsor Estate. I'll have those on the Big Cartel store. Probably this week. Brian Dunlap want to do a guest vocal on an October CD. Yeah, Brian, I'll do a guest vocal on an October CD. You know I will. I was asked by Wrath of Typhon to do a song with them too. Oh, I know I'm probably forgetting something. So if Walter Mondo can chime in and tell me what I'm forgetting. I don't know. But next week, on Tuesday, provided we still have internet and Wi-Fi, right here live, I will be interviewed by Mondo Braswell. Now, I did the all-night drive. I did the all-night drive going from York, heading home. We were going to take 3-hour shifts, but we ended up, me and Barry, taking 4-hour shifts. And, well, there go, yawning, working class. And under the weather. Under the weather, working class. But, I did the all-night drive. And, Mondo stayed in the passenger seat with me. And he was conducting an interview then. And I said, well, dang, man. I said, dang, Hoss, are you doing the interview now? And he said,
No, I got plenty more to
talk to you about on the interview. So, you know, when I have a guest, I always like to start a little early. So I'm going to start
start at 7:30.
next Tuesday. Can y'all dig that, 7:30? Sorry to be hacking and
All that.
but y'all have seen me a heck of a lot worse on here than you have right now. I don't know. Maybe things are looking up. What do you think, Heather? Sister, you think things are looking up? Boy, that was a good one. Oh, I did bring my break on through notebook with me, but I did not fill anything out in it. But I did think about a lot of stuff. And man, I'm going to have some top 10s. I'm even going to have some top 20s like you ain't never, ever, even ever heard. Hey, that CPAP's as clean as it can be. The first lady tells me it's my gut health this time because I was doing a G.G. Allen impersonation
Sunday night.
and I've been trying to just get that back right. About an hour before I came on here, I
Tried to eat a toasted ham sandwich.
big mistake. I thought I was going to have to put up the thing. There ain't going to be no break on through tonight either, Hoss. I'm good. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for everything you did for us, my man. I feel like... Now, did you guys like Tent Talks Through last week? Remember how we simulcast on both pages at the same time? I really enjoy that open discussion format. We discussed actually not doing it.
And I just called Malcolm. I said, hey, you want to go ahead? And he's like, man, let's do it. We're not doing anything else.
The people at the hotel in
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, they gave us the
cafeteria area at night when there's no one in there. And I think it went pretty good. It was fun for us. Was it fun for y'all to listen to? I mean, you got to tell me something. Now, man, I know a bunch of y'all, especially you record collectors, y'all like to hear, you know, more obscure favorites and stuff like that. But man, I'm just telling you the way it is. Man, I got to get this one little piece out of here, and then I'll be fine. I don't know if I'll do that live here on Break On Through, but I'm going to try to get it out before I sign off, or right when I sign off. It ain't coming.
Nah.
So anyway, like, I plan on doing my favorite 20 songs of all time. And I know a bunch of y'all right now going, oh, man, I know most of them going to be on there, man. You're going to have Slayer, Rain and Blood. And,
no, it's not going to be on there. Sorry.
But top 10's like crazy, man. I thought
of great ideas.
And we'll get back to format.
I was asking you about
Tent Talks Through because I feel like for the
last 3 break on throughs, I kind
of cheated y'all and juked you. First, the one where I had absolutely nothing to talk about right before we left for the trip. And I felt like I wasted everybody's time. Then the one, the day before we left, when I was talking to you
when I was in the car.
And then I feel like I kind of
made it up to y'all with Tent Talks
Through. Because, I mean, I felt
that it was entertaining. Sometimes you may think it's entertaining, but, you know, maybe the audience doesn't. But
I thought this one would drag on
a little bit longer, but I pretty much told you everything within 30 minutes.
There, break on through. Yes, sir. It's out. I'm glad y'all are laughing.
I'm glad the numbers aren't dropping. You know, like, oh, good gosh, we tune in to watch this shit. But
I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. But I just want to say I just want to reiterate a few things. First, get you a false count anywhere. You've heard the testimonials and the messages here. You will not be sorry. And man, I wouldn't get behind it if it wasn't. If I felt like, oh man,
this doesn't live up to the
originals and there, you know, but trust me. Oh, and by the way, the vinyl version of this will be out on TKO very soon. It's already gone to plating,
which means we'll be getting a test pressing soon. Which also means next we'll just have to wait for the print. And our main
Dave Norton did all this beautiful artwork on here. Even took that picture of us. And he will be designing the version
for the LP. The LP cover is going to be kind of the same, but very different. And I'm not going to spend too much time explaining that, but you'll see, and I think you'll be very pleased.
And
reiterate.
To please send out some thoughts and some prayers to Sir Barry Hannibal's family. Limited edition on the LP, Jim.
500.
200 in one color, 200 in another color. And one color limited to only 100. What colors, you may ask? I already
got it in my head.
I'll tell you as it gets sooner.
As it gets closer.
Reiterate. Next week, right here, break on
through on Tuesday, the normal day.
At 7:30. I will be interviewed by our road dog and our main. Am I still even on? Man, Facebook just went away on my computer. Oh, boy. Who knows? All right, hold on, y'all. I'm going to make it big, and then I'm going to have to block the sound again. Oh, I didn't have to. Okay. Oh, boy, I better not mess with this too much. But, I can't see any of your comments now. I don't know what's going on. Probably Spectrum being the great company that they are once again. I want to thank everybody over this past few days for everything they've done for us. Everything they did with us. I want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight, hanging out with me a little bit, listening to me clear my throat and hack stuff up. Even though it's not as bad as it could be. This is pretty mild, actually. I'm not too concerned about it. But thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to try my damnedest to make sure that the programs from here on out have much better content, much better substance, and that you guys won't feel gypped showing up at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night to see me sit here going, duh. Probably going, damn, you think that's what we're watching right now, son? But, I appreciate y'all. And I've messed up the screen again. I don't know what's going on. Oh, boy. There we go. I've messed up the screen again. Oh, there it is. Hear me? Yeah. But, no, I'm going to stop messing with it. I'm getting distracted. But thank you for showing up, listening to me, hanging out with me. And like I said, with the shows from here on, I'm going to try to up the ante on that content, make it worth listening to. I know a lot of people have said they like my rapid fire thoughts, and I like that format. It's easy for me to write down something and then just, blab on that for a second before I move on to the next thing. Better than picking one subject and trying to talk for 45 minutes on that. But, unless I'm getting interviewed. But, all right. We're halfway through the week now, so I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. I hope you have an even better weekend. And I hope you'll be here next week with me and Mondo as we break on through to the other side.